Hello, this is a financial 911 pick a card reading. I've pulled 3 cards from the, what is it? Witch's Moon Magic Oracle deck, whichever one you're drawn to, 1, 2, or 3. And then we'll get into the readings. It is a 10 card reading, or 10 positions. If you've watched one of my readings before, you know I'm probably going to pull half the deck, but keep going till we get some answers for you. Answer things like how to change the relationship and create a better relationship with money. Why am I under financial stress at the moment? Things like that. So if you've selected your card, then we can go into the reading. Okay, 2 and 3. All right, this card, Cold Moon, Desolate. Okay. I'm broke. There's nothing in the storage, and the larder is what I actually thought of. I feel like that's a old medieval times language for like what's in the storage, what's been stored away. You know, before grocery stores and international shipping and greenhouses, people had to grow what they could during the summer months and store it away. And if you went through the stores before the next growing season came around, you were fucked. You're completely fucked. So, all right. First, we're going to pull a card. This is the Star Trek tarot deck for current financial situation. Page of Cups reversed. Page of Starships. That goes here, I think. Yep. Okay. Bad emotional messaging. Bad emotional news. And then 3 of Swords. Heartbreak. You've been separated. Maybe you lost a job recently or separated from an income source, or you went through a separation. I see 242 just then. Separation from your stable home environment or a stable like work home environment. The Sun. Yeah. It was something that like made you happy or was self-fulfilling. You felt a strong identity with it. A judgment behind it. I mean, the calling happened. Something, the lightning bolt. I mean, it wasn't really like a lightning bolt though, or else I would have gotten the Tower. Judgment is like, you know, you know this relationship is coming to an end, and therefore you're going to have to pay the rent all by yourself, or you know that this person's moving, and so now you know you're more financially responsible, or you know that this job that you're working is closing or making layoffs and things like that. But yeah, you got the bad news about the separation, and that's kind of what's led to this financial situation, is that the money and the financial opportunities have decreased for some reason. So why am I under financial stress at the moment? Why are you under financial stress at the moment? Moon. There's fear and uncertainty about the path forward. Okay, can we clarify the moon, please? Defensiveness too, judgment. Okay. Oh, okay. These are big cards. These are really big cards. I'm pulling all the majors here for you. You know, this is a major, major transition. And maybe some of you are seeking to build up a private practice, self-employment, gig work, but whatever it is, it's like judgment. It's related to your sense of purpose and your passions. However, with the moon, you just don't know how to monetize it or monetize it further. And then death. It's like what you didn't see coming. You know, you expected this to go for the long haul. And it's kind of interesting because like Judgment's sort of just, you know, Q's kind of just looking off over here, and she, I forget her name. It's been a little bit since I've watched The Next Generation. Um, Gosh, I wish I could remember her name. Anyway, she's looking off in this other direction. There's apprehension and fear, but she doesn't see this like, you know, evil beast that's coming to end her life or end her situation, end her circumstances. So with all these major cards, I do want to say that, you know, what brought this about were some things that were outside of your control. And so I think that there's a certain amount of forgiveness if you are the type of personality to look back in the past and say, oh, I should have done that, or what if I had done that? You know, that type of thinking is generally unproductive at this time and is not going to transform the situation into the positives. Queen of Swords. Yeah, it's important that you do face reality and be quite logical and realistic about your circumstances. You know, don't run off into delusion. That's not what I'm saying here, but I'm also saying like have a forward thinking attitude about it. Okay, that happened. It's in the past. What could have been done or differently or whatever, whatnot, it's irrelevant now. What's important is to put energy and focus on it, solving the situation. How can you relieve the current financial stress that you're under? Ten of Swords. Something needs to be brought to a complete and total end. What would that be? Give me a clue. Ten of Pentacles. Something that has crystallized. So that would be anything that you've been a part of for a long time. Ten of Pentacles is also like associations. So if you, let's say, subscribe to a Patreon or follow, you know, different, this would definitely be like subscriptions or monthly payments having to do like a gym membership, could be things that like are part of a group. And certainly with the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Platinum here, if it is like, what are the most expensive reoccurring costs in your budget? You know, that's definitely the first thing to go on the chopping block. What else? Seven of Cups. There's a lot of different like things that could be up for a review that contribute to distraction or escapism. So yeah, that would then be like if you're spending a lot of money on gaming, like video gaming. It's like it all depends on what do you spend money on that contributes to a sense of escapism. And that's something that, you know, you can relieve your financial stress if you can bring a total end to escapism, financial burdens. And I also have 10 of Cups here at the base. This would be spending money when you're with family, spending money on your family. If you're the type of person who could start spending a little bit more and justifying it by, I'm giving to my family member, I'm giving to, you know, supporting my family, that's definitely something that could help you get back on your feet, is by cutting back on that. Those that love you will understand that you got to do what you got to do right now. Again, this goes back to those greater associations, anything that you have emotional ties to. It's like, oh, I want to support this person, or I feel like I'm a part of this community. If it's costing you money, that's something that needs to be looked at. Something that you need to learn about money for right now, like as you go through this, what's something that's you need to learn about money? Four of Cups, Eight of Pentacles reversed. Wow. I don't know why I have this spread designed in this way, but I'm going to follow it. Eight of Pentacles is a job loss. And with the Four of Cups, there may have been 3 different times that you went out and failed to get a job. Maybe you've been to 3 interviews, or you had 3 opportunities. Maybe you tried and then, got to like so far in the hiring process, and then it failed out. It's important that you know that just because you've made 3 failures, for example, it doesn't have to be 3, but it actually is 3 for me. This is definitely my reading. Just because you failed a few times does not mean the next time is also a failure. As you go through the process, you're learning more. And let's get specific you're learning about how to be persistent and continue, valuing yourself, even though it may not be a perfect match with these different opportunities for jobs that you've gone through, where it's like, okay, this wasn't, it's like the Goldilocks thing, right? King of Cups. This is about the self-love and the emotional containment. You keep your cool. You keep on path. And this guy, this is Spock's daddy, right? He's not, letting his emotions get the best of him. He's going to stay the course. Show up wise, calm, cool, and collected. But also have compassion for self and for others in the process. You're not turning around and saying, why didn't you hire me? I have value. Or why did you let me go? I didn't deserve this. It's not turning into an inwardly negative nor a bitter vengeance energy at all. It's just, we weren't a match. I'm going to keep it pushing. In your resilience and being able to do this, that is what you're learning about right now. Something to change about the way you've handled money. And I want to say income streams as well. 5 of Pentacles, poverty consciousness. So what about feeling like you're on the outside looking in for financial opportunities? Does it have something to do with the way that you have treated? 6 of Swords. If you have been in good financial situations in the past, there may have been taking it for granted to some extent. 9 of Cups reversed. Yes. Yeah, I would definitely see a 9 of Cups as taking it for granted energy. Interesting. I've never actually read that way before. I learn something new about the tarot every day. Anyway, if you've taken previous jobs for granted, if you felt or thought a lot about wanting to escape poverty, escape a place that you felt like it wasn't enough, that you deserved more. There's like this continuous pattern that's kind of showing up here about the grass is greener, as well as a fear energy. We did see the moon, fear energy around like the tension and uncertainty around not having steady finances, steady money coming in, unreliable sources of income, and how a lot of your forward momentum is about running away from that. What's the advice for that? For pile 1. Card 1, really. It's not a pile sign. Honor yourself. Keep a positive attitude. 10 of Wands. You got to be willing to put in the effort. It's our first fire energy we've pulled so far. The King of Swords reversed. Life is not fair, and there's some really cold and fucking critical people out there who are judgmental, who don't care about you, who are ready to let you know what's up, or not at all, are ready to like ghost you, play it cold with you. They may not be forthcoming with the answers, but they're the ones in control. And these are challenging circumstances, to be sure. Part of it is keeping a positive attitude and having hope for the future. loving yourself, but not to some level of delusion where you think that, okay, opportunities are just going to fall in my lap. No, this is like, I gotta go out and do what I need to do. 10 of Wands, I gotta go out and do what I need to do to make this complete, to make it happen. Lots of 10s here. Strength, yeah. I mean, I think you're getting to a place where this could be coming close to an end. I want to pull timing, but it's all ultimately with the 10 of Wands and strength, it's dependent on your choices. So it's going to be different for you depending on what you do. Like from today, from this moment that you see this going forward, it's going to be dependent on what you do. But yeah, you got to have the discipline about it. The discipline to do the hard thing. 6 of Pentacles reversed. You may have to accept less than what you're worth. Especially if you're watching this in the year of our Lord in 2026 in July when I'm recording this, you may have to accept less than what you're worth. Just to get some kind of income stream coming in. Okay. Let's see. How to create a better relationship with money. Or something to change about handling money. Did I already read that? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yes. That was what this was. Get out there and do the work. Keep a positive attitude. And instead of feeling like there's a lot of fear of running away from poverty, instead you're moving towards, doing the work and having the discipline. You know what your goal is to have a steady income stream. And you may have to just take what's available for right now, but keep a positive attitude throughout. How to create a better relationship with money at this time. The Chariot, you've got to take control. You got to accept that you are the one in the driver's seat. You can't scream, Jesus, take the wheel. That's not available to you right now. That sucks. I'm right there with you. That sucks. Page of Pentacles reversed. Because no one's coming in with an offer of money towards you. You have to go out and offer your goods, your services, your abilities, your time. And that's it. That's they're not going to make movement towards you. They're not going to make communication towards you. You have to make communication towards them. And there's going to be a lot of failures in that. And a lot of people are going to treat you coldly. King of Swords returns. Gowron is going to give you the evil eye. And you're just going to have to accept that is what it is. And it's not your fault. It's not a match. But that's no excuse. You've got to keep going. Something in your life that is already abundant. This could be something that you already have abundance in that you could potentially trade for actual cash money. 7 of Wands. You have confidence. You have the upper hand. You still are coming from a good position. You're not, on the back foot. You haven't destroyed everything yet, or things haven't been destroyed yet. There's still chances and opportunities here. But as far as something that's already abundant, you do have a lot of competition stacked against you. Now you are above the competition. But that doesn't mean that there's not people competing. There's people competing against you for these same resources. There's scarcity here. This is a lesson. Life isn't easy. I don't want to believe this either. I can't stand it, actually. But here we are. And because of that, it's both a warning and a relief. The warning is that you have people competing right now and they're making moves. But the relief is that generally in whatever area you're in, you're typically more qualified or a better candidate than the rest. That doesn't mean that these King of Swords are going to pass you up. They very well might, but at least you can be really that like you put in the effort up till now, or you have the experience up till now if you're watching this reading, that you're a pretty well qualified candidate. You may just not be the right candidate for what these people, these Kings of Swords reverse people are looking for. They're very analytical, they're cold, they want to see rationality from you. Show up rational. That's why this is coming up. As you know, I feel like I'm talking to people who, are emotional. We're getting the starships, that's the cups suit. Uh Emotional types. There's nothing wrong with that. But to be accepted by these highly rational and analytical types that are a little bit turned off, you're going to have to keep it well under control and can have containment of the feelings. Be rational. And I mean, you're watching tarot. We all know that there's opportunities to go off the deep end with this kind of stuff and just think that you're going to manifest a fucking lottery win or some shit. Like, that's not what's in the cards here, my dear. Okay, option for a new income stream. What's an option for a new income stream? Queen of Swords. Okay, what is rational? What you're already good at, what you know you're good at. Something that involves your intelligence, practicality, and pragmatism a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't normally say that, but good communication and language skills. Something where you can support the system of work by your intelligence. Show off your intelligence. Five of Swords reversed. If there's a way that you can resolve bickering, arguments, this would be like peacekeeping or mediation. This would be coming into a situation where there's been insult to injury and you can be the salve for that. I don't know if that's like a particular industry or just like the environment that you would be walking into. If I was to say like the Five of Swords as a place, it would be, there's so many fruit flies around here. It's driving me nuts. Must be from my plants. And get out the diatomaceous earth. Maybe like a garden center. You go work at it. Something to do with agriculture. Let me try to turn this down. Oh. There we go. Okay. Five of Swords as a place. I don't know. Anyway, I'm also getting Two of Pentacles. So any place that is kind of in a state of chaos or has met with like an injury related situation. I guess I keep saying injury, so it would be like maybe healthcare or rehabilitation. Like, let's say a storm hit the building and now, they lost some staffing because of that. Like, you could come in and help them get back on track. Sorry, I can't be more clear there. That sucks. I'll probably pull a clarifier card for that, actually. Let me get a clarifier for an option for a new income stream, new heights. Okay. So this could be someplace that is in a literal high place. So like a office building, something, third, fourth, fifth, 10th floor, something like that. It could also be progressing your career further. So like if you're like me and you're a bartender and you've taken bartender jobs, maybe you've done a little bit of management, there could be an option for you to move into a more serious management role. Something like that, right? You're progressing it to the next level. What else? Protected, adapt, and thrive. Something involving security could be an option. And then adapt and thrive. You may have to change. You may have to change your career a little bit, transition into something adjacent, not exactly what you were doing previously when you were separated from it. Okay. What's the word of warning for card 1 for the cold moon card? Peoples that chose this card. What's a word of warning regarding their financial situation? The world. The old ways are at an end. Whatever you were doing up till now is completely over. Situations come full circle. Anything else about the word of warning? What do they need to know? What do the angels want to let them know about? 2 of Pentacles. Yeah. I mean, it's dwindling, right? It's dwindling. There's your ability to juggle your finances also is dwindling. It's important to put the effort in now because it's coming to a close where you will have 2 to juggle. You may just be left with one unsteady situation, unsteady circumstances. So the time's now. What's the word of solace? What's the word of solace here? 7 of Pentacles reversed. Empress reversed. Whatever you were involved with previously no longer had opportunity to pay out. Empress reverse, someone there are involved with the situation. This could have even been these other circumstances you've applied to and been rejected from. Seem to have a veneer of abundance or a veneer of like compassion when really they were overly controlling, micromanaging. The juice wasn't worth the squeeze with some of these. Hangman reversed, Knight of Pentacles reversed. I feel that there's not going to be a new perspective that you're going to be able to find here that could increase your financial stability. And that's a weird thing to come up with for solace, but basically it's saying there's no missing information here. The only thing is just like head to grindstone, like get out there, hit the beat, do what you need to do. Cut out the things you need to cut out. 2 of Wands, look on the internet, but also look out in the world, get out there. I do want to say that. I'm not seeing any gift from God. I'm not seeing any magical occurrence. I'm seeing you already know exactly, like everything is here. The information that you need to know is here. You're not missing anything. You're not waiting on any more information. It is what it is, my dear. Let's get, well, stop giving away your power right now. Yeah, I really feel like this is actually just your card I was going to pull, but that's it. That's it. Stop giving away your power. This is up to you. And it's up to me too. I'm here with you, my dear, because this was my pull for myself as well. And why I decided to do this pick a card. I was going to do something else. I'm like, no, my finances are so fucked right now. I want information on it. And that's where we're at. Ultimately, the play-by-play is get out there and look. Keep a positive attitude. You might have to accept less than your worth for the time being just to make sure that you get some income coming in or a better stream of income coming in. Cut out anything that's been going on a long time that has to do with family or larger groups, subscriptions to communities, subscriptions to corporations even. So, yeah. King Cups. Show up calm, cool, and collected. And I would also say, like, limit how much you say, because you're dealing with people who are quite critical. I do, just to reiterate, maybe it's not, maybe that is something that is important to say right now is some people just simply are not going to understand you. They're not going to see your worth or your value, and you're just going to have to accept that. They are ultimately the ones in control. The only thing you're in control of right now is that you get in your car and go, or you take the movement, take the action, take control to put yourself out there as much as possible and to seek out opportunities instead of waiting for them to come to you. And that even goes back to this Empress reversed, Seven Pentacles reversed. You won't see the reaping of the benefits. You will not have any fruit. There's no seed sown already if you wait and receive like an Empress would. So you're going to have to go out there and do your thing. And I'm going to have to leave this here before I ramble on forever and ever. Yeah, 3033. Good luck to you. Let me know if you're able to lock something down and improve your financial futures after watching this. If this helped you at all, it would really be meaningful to me as well. And yeah, please like and subscribe if you like that. I have rising sign readings and love and relationship readings on my channel right now as well. So if you just want to know other things going on circumstantially for you, I have more information there also. And it means a lot to me. Your support means so much. Thank you. Take good care of yourself. Bye. Okay. Card number 2. There is a very good reason. This is like the night before July 4th when I'm recording this. Actually, I just want to do a quick aside. And I live out in the country and I'm just constantly hearing fireworks going off around me. So gonna be a little distracted. But anyway, there was a very good reason why I did all of these cards reversed upside down so that you couldn't see what they actually said and how to use just pure intuition to pick a card. And the reason is because of delusion and wish fulfillment. Some people would have seen your card, my dear, and been like, that's me, that's what I want, because we got the supermoon abundance card. Look at that. Just a big old gold bullion. Yes. And I'm just on the cut. 9 of Pentacles, man. Financially fit and fancy free, motherfucker. So let's see. What are you doing here if you're worried about your financial future? You got the supermoon card. That's what I want to know. And what is your secret? And can you share it with me? 322, 1 on the clock. Probably not. Anyway, because you're in your own vibes right now. 5 of Cups. All right. So you've got a negative attitude towards things, a negative emotional attitude. That's your current financial situation. That's just what I'm pulling. Okay. 9 of Cups reversed. The emotional wish fulfillment, you're separated from it, or it's not immediately available to you, or you feel that you don't have anything emotionally around you that is satisfying to you, or that you can take pride in, or that you can rely upon to say, oh, I'm grateful, I'm happy, I'm doing good. There's an emotional negative attitude here. Let's find out why. Why are you under financial stress at this moment in time? Pile 2, card 2. It's not a pile, man. It's a fucking card. Why do I keep saying that? Page of Wands. There's been talk, communication, conversation, a little bit of an impulse here as well. What was the talk? What was the message that came into card 2? Group 2. Maybe that's a better way to say it. The world. An ending came about. Something came to a close. A cycle was finished and closed out. The time was finished. The portal closed. Maybe not. You missed an opportunity. Sorry, I just killed a fucking fruit fly. 7 of Wands. Okay. And 8 of Pentacles. All right. So what I'm seeing here is that you might have received communication that you missed an opportunity for maybe advancement in your job or elevated status, a bonus. It has something to do with work. 8 of Pentacles. And 5 of Swords reversed. There's no recourse for you. All right, I got to pause. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. 5 of Swords reversed at the base. It's tough for you too, because even though maybe you felt like you were highly qualified or you were a good candidate. It's hard to hate on or take vengeance on or, really do anything. It's not like a bullying situation. It's not anything like that dark, like it's hard. There's no place to direct like your frustration or upset here. And then Six of Pentacles reversed. It does feel like you could have thought someone was being greedy, like maybe you needed it more than they did. Knight of Cups reversed. It's led to sort of like a bitterness or a withdrawal emotionally. Seven of Pentacles reversed. This, and then the King of Wands reversed after that. Whoever was the decision maker or shot caller, there's some type of energy either from you or towards you or around you, okay? It's from you. That, you didn't get the time of day, you didn't get the proper investigation, or like there's something here with the Seven of Pentacles reversed of like maybe you had like a bullet list of things that you've done or you submitted something. They didn't look at your history. Whatever it was, you feel that the person in charge was incompetent in selecting who it was that would be receiving the promotion. And so it's caused you to have like, some level of bitterness, regret, and resentment. Okay? That's why you're under financial stress, straight up. It's a lot to do with like the emotions around it rather than just that you didn't get this promotion or upgrade. So how can card number 2 relieve the stress? Right out. You have steady energy. Not steady energy. Yeah, I mean, I said it. Fuck it. Knight of Wands. This is a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of creative ideas to take action. Hangman reverse. This is almost saying like, you're actually doing fine, and maybe you having your heart set on this and then being passed over for it. Maybe you were already thinking about all the things that you would do with that extra money. And now you're feeling like in a state of lack. And I think it's almost kind of asking you to just go out and celebrate yourself, go out and party a little bit, do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. For real. It's like just let loose and have a little bit of fun in the sun. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Why am I like fucking Eddie Murphy or Charlie Murphy? Watch a fucking Eddie Murphy or Charlie Murphy flick or some shit. I don't know. When is this at the base? Again, Nine of Cups. This has so much more to do with like missing out on wish fulfillment than actually being broke or missing out on any money. Okay, so then what do you need to know about like why? Okay. Okay. Hold on. Here's what you don't see. This is what would have happened. This is what would have happened if you were selected. So we've got the star. And this puts you on display in all your naked glory. Not to speak about a young person like that. That's not what I mean. I mean, like, it puts you up on the pedestal, but it also puts you out on the stage, able to be ridiculed and definitely for everything to be right in everybody's faces. Ace of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. It also is an offer there's job offers coming in because it recognizes your mastery. There's a recognition of your mastery here. 3 of Wands. You can expect to hear about it. Queen of Swords. Okay. So if you've already updated your resume, if you've already put a lot of effort into thinking and ruminating upon what it is that are your good qualities, the achievements that you've made in your career, what you have to offer, go ahead and put that out there. Go ahead and put that out there, because wherever you're at now or whatever you are applying towards may not be able to see you in that light or accept you into that place, but at least it got you out of a sense of like complacency to actually putting in effort to, like, as though you were going to look for a new job, even though that wasn't really what you were doing. But now you've already gone halfway. And so you can use that already like started pathway to potentially create new opportunities for yourself. Something that pile 2 needs to learn about money. I'm going to keep saying pile because that's what these other motherfuckers say. And it's just a wired pathway. There's something to that for you. If you have a wired pathway here of like looking at your financial situation of it's never enough, then kindly and gently remind yourself that it's more than enough when you notice yourself doing it. It's going to take time. You're rewiring your brain. It's like going into a computer and rewriting all the code. It's going to take time. But that's kind of what you're working with right now. 7 of Cups reversed. There's only so many options out there that will actually give you a positive emotional response and a positive feedback. I think there actually is a clear choice for you about your attitude around money. And instead of getting caught up in the whether to and the why fors and what ifs and all the different options and distracting yourself and deluding yourself and lots of haziness around it, right? You can get very clear about where your situation actually is by taking a positive attitude towards your financial situation, whatever it might be right now. Like, you wouldn't be getting 9 of Pentacles. You wouldn't be getting, the super moon abundance card here for yourself if you didn't actually have like good financial circumstances. And I know you might be fighting with me right now and saying, no, I should, I needed this, or I wanted that, or I was supposed to be doing this. And some perspective is needed. Some clarity is needed. And gratitude, I do have to say. What can you change about the way you handle money? 4 of Swords, slow things down. It's important to start taking pauses and let things simmer, let things rest, ferment, crystallize. Depends, of course, on what we're talking about, right? But before you spend money, before you move money around, before you make a judgment call about your income as well, this applies on both spending and receiving. It's important to let things just chill, just chill. What do we actually have here? What do we actually need this thing that's in the Amazon cart? Let it sit for 24 hours or 48 hours. It's not going to be the last chance you have to pick up that, set of measuring cups or whatever the fuck. Chariot reversed. I mean, things have kind of, you let somebody else take the driver's seat here. Magician reverse. Yeah. I mean, if you're over here saying it's not me, it's someone else, Wheel of Fortune reverse. Yeah. 3 of Wands. I think moderating your expectations for your life and what it looks like are important. You're letting the wider world and their opinions of you or what you should be doing, what you see on social media, your peers, what they're doing, that has really taken the wheel of your life and how you spend your money. Is it actually bringing emotional fulfillment? That has to be the bottom line here. Next is how to create a better relationship with money. How can you create a better relationship with money today? Strength, self-control. I mean, period. Like, take your time. Be diplomatic. Lovers reversed. This is irreconcilable differences. This is not letting others dictate what path you're on. Moon reversed. You got to be honest with yourself and make sure that you're acting out of courage, love, peace instead of fear in general. Fear of judgment, fear of missing out, fear of failure, fear of lack. Anytime that you get something, are you afraid that it's not going to be enough? Make sure that your financial purchases and decisions come from a place of love and peace and gratitude. And I know it sounds corny, but that's kind of how we're here. Empress reversed. It's not allowing new abundance to come in ultimately. Like if you thought this situation didn't happen because of some external thing, like it does come back to you feeling like you don't have enough, that you have to push to continually get more and more and more. The harvest wasn't good enough, the paychecks aren't good enough. The house isn't good enough. The car isn't good enough, whatever it is, right? Six of Swords. And then it's just a constant like running from chaos to chaos. Yes. Things have to come from a place of emotional security. Queen of Cups reversed. There's like emotional instability that's driving some of these financial decisions as well. Like it would make me feel a lot more peaceful, a lot more happy, if I just did this. Queen of Swords. I think you know the truth. But, strength, it's not easy. Strength isn't an easy card for anyone to pull. It's about discipline, self-control, and patience. And ultimately, I think you're a lot better set up. No, I'm not just talking about your income right now. I just mean like you're better set up to handle this situation and turn it to your advantage if you simply cut out letting what other people are doing have any say and the desires that you have. And I would just say, try to distill any desire that you might have that is financial related, distill it down to the emotion that you're looking for that desire to provide you and see if you can meet it in another way that costs less money or costs nothing. How to create a better relationship with money. How can we do it? Create a better relationship with money. King of Wands reversed. Again, distraction. Okay, there's people around you, especially people that you might work with or people that you feel have better money than you or have more. If there's like influencers or like millionaires, billionaires, rich people, and they're influencing what you feel that you need, what you need to know is that these people are charlatans and they're not, like, whatever they're trying to portray is a falsehood. Whatever they're trying to teach has no real knowledge behind it or experience behind it, no wisdom behind it. Nine of Swords reversed. Their fellowship and followership is a way for them to escape their own feelings of anxiety and dread around a lack of real, true emotional fulfillment and connection. Whoever is trying the hardest to make the most are the people who lack the most emotional connection and fulfillment. They're trying to fill a God-sized hole, or they're trying to fill a family-sized or a love-sized hole. You know, none of these people will be faking it this hard or pretending and showing off and constantly posting or constantly yapping, or even those that aren't big into social media. I feel like it applies to a lot of different situations. Like anyone that you're comparing yourself to that has more money than you or appears to, whether real or imagined, doesn't matter. The result is the same. They're lacking emotional fulfillment, or else they would not be wasting so much fucking time. They'd be living life lightly. The fool. They'd be walking through life with a childlike innocence and nothing but the clothes on their back. They don't need to own anything. It's the exploration and the journey that matters, because that's what's bringing in the emotional fulfillment. And you showed me that that was one of the things that was driving this whole situation right from the beginning with the Nine of Cups reverse. It's your emotional fulfillment. That's what's at the base of this. What is already in your life that is already in a state of abundance? You've got this abundance card. Let's ask, what is in your life right now that's already abundant? Intelligence, Queen of Swords, intelligence, wisdom, a strong direction, a strong sense of truth, and personal identity. Some people search for identity for a lifetime. They never really know who they are. That may be very hard for you to understand. I also have a strong sense of self. It's hard for me to understand too. But that doesn't mean that we're allowed or should be allowing ourselves to take that for granted. You know who you are. No matter what situation you roll into, you have that center to rely on, and you have your mind to rely on. You're fucking smart. You can count on that. You're future focused. And that's an asset. If you use it correctly, rather than where's the next dollar coming in, it's where's my next emotional opportunity. Two of Cups. This is good relationships, emotionally fulfilling relationships that have potential to, again, blossom into more abundance, be creative, be fulfilling, lead you on adventures, show you more about who you are. Seven of Swords. A new strategy. It's time for a new strategy about who your associations are as well. Who you grow emotionally attached to. If there's an emotional attachment to some kind of guru or person you look up to that's, got money, or they're showing you how to, you need to keep pushing in the hustle culture, like it's time. Two of Swords. You got to make a clear-cut decision about what your values really are. Whoop. And it may not be, as I flip that on the ground again, you may have discarded that responsibility to make a decision, or the thought that you are making a decision, but yet you are making decisions about who you place on the pedestal in your life, who you listen to, who you give your time to, who you give your attention to, what you give your attention to. I mean, the Five of Cups is at the base of this. Is it making you feel good, or is it making you feel bad? That's the easiest way to figure this one out. What's an option for a new income stream? Three of Pentacles, something that you're already a master at, something that you're already very, very skilled. This could be a consultancy. This is self-employment. This is having a clientele of some sort. Two of Wands, internet, international, Emperor reversed. Where you're calling the shots. Yeah. It may be time to start building that independent practice. Seven of Swords. This is the new strategy. You got to start moving differently. Some of your frustration may be the way that others hold you back or get in the way of self-actualization and bringing your ideas to market. You've got to create your own avenue for it here. What's a word of warning for pile 2? A word of warning from the angels, guides, and loved ones on their side, on the other side. 8 of Swords reversed. 9 of Cups reversed. A word of warning is that this is going to take some time to reverse this mental attitude that your cup is never full, that you don't have any emotional history to look back on, that your wishes aren't fulfilled, that your dreams aren't fulfilled. And it's even suggesting to me that you have some dreams or goals that have been so crystallized that you've been going after for so long that's actually time to review if those dreams are worth having. And it's in the place of the warning because you need to know that this is not going to be easy to let go of some of these dreams. And it's also going to take some time to break down the mental habits of feeling like the world is not enough, you know? Feeling that the glass is half empty. It's going to take some time to reverse this because it's become so crystallized as a mental pattern. 6 of Cups reversed. It even goes back to childhood. And it's conditional love. You know, do you have value even if you can't be monetized? Do you have intrinsic value that is not related to your paycheck, your income, etc.? What kind of car you drive, what neighborhood you live in? Yeah, your tax bracket. Do you have intrinsic value? Are you worthy? If you were homeless, would you still have worth? Would you still be lovable? These are the kinds of, this is where we're at, man. This is where we're at because it's left this hole that cannot be filled by money. And I think you wouldn't be here if you didn't already know that on some level, but sometimes you just need confirmation. What's the word of solace here? The word of solace for card 2. And everyone that's still here, thank you so much for checking it out. I hope it was helpful. 10 of Wands, you're a hard motherfucking worker and you've already gone so far with this. You've already reached a pinnacle of achievement. The Devil reversed. Page of Swords reversed. Okay, this negative self-talk, you've already put in a lot of effort towards defeating this. And I think that there was just a little bit missing here, but you're so close. With the Devil reversed, like communication, right? What do we communicate to ourselves? What do we think about ourselves? What do we think about the world? What do we think about our lives and our potential? The Devil is being transfixed with a certain habit that is toxic and destructive and evil and dark. It just is. And with this as the solace on the table, it's telling me that you are so close to beating this. And when you beat the devil, you are free, the Fool. All these things that have a hold over you will no longer be able to pull on you the way that they do. You're so close. Keep going. Your emotional well-being is here, as well as, you know, if you've recently quit drinking or using any type of substance, something that was like an addictive habit, that's a big step in the right direction. Or if you're considering doing that, now's the time. Let's get a clarifying life situations card. Clarify this here for pile 2. I'm going to do a quick shuffle. Happy 4th of July. If you're watching this around that time, I don't know when I'm going to post this, but this is the night before. And I hope you're well. Get the card for pile 2 to wrap this up. Vortex of change. Engage with the vortex of change where energy swirl and transformative dances molding anew. Okay, what does that mean? The time is now, okay? I mean, sometimes we can strive for something again and again and again and again, and we just don't get it until something clicks. And it's just the most mundane thing that gave the opportunity for that, but it's here. It's here for you now. Something else. Make miracles. Stay open-minded and receptive to the magic unfolding in your life. And that's part of being receptive to creating more abundance for yourself. It's not just being open to receiving things. I struggle to find a way to really put this in words, this concept that like your eyes are open. If something is ugly, you're still willing to look at it. If something makes you angry or frustrated or presents a problem or a roadblock, you can still look at it. That's part of being receptive. You're smart enough to do it with the Queen of Swords. You're witty, you're quick with it, you learn quickly, you respond quickly. So yeah, now's the time for big, big changes for you. One last card, message of Cosmic Oracle cards. Your angels, guides, and loved ones have a message for you right now, given the context of the situation. What is it? Find ways to lighten up and not take everything so seriously. Yeah. Some of your appreciation is simply just, smelling the roses. So yeah, hopefully you like that. If you did, try to just switch this and it didn't. Oh, fuck it, whatever. It is what it is. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, please like and subscribe. I have rising sign readings and love and relationship readings on my channel also, as well as other pick a cards and more stuff coming soon. Take good care of yourself. And until you give me an opportunity to read for you next time, bye. Yo, card number 3. This is your pick a card financial 911 reading. The card you selected, lunar eclipse, shadow side. Ooh. Okay, so as I'm shuffling here, I got a little bit of the energy of self-undoing. This is like reversing progress energy. So we'll see what's going on for you. What's your current financial situation for pile 3? Emperor, Queen of Cups. Cool. So you got it under control. You're emotionally self-fulfilled. Making sure that it's in tune with your emotional fulfillment. You're emotionally supported. Emperor, you may be a manager or a boss of something. You may be self-employed, or you may be a head of your a team of people that you care about, or managing over something that is emotionally relevant to you. And then we have the World. Something is coming full circle in regards to your finances. What is it? What is coming full circle for pile 3? Empress reverse. This has been an ongoing message here. You have had trouble being open and receptive to what is going on in your reality in some capacity, okay? 7 of Cups. This is distracted. This could be delusional. But it's also just confusion. There's lots of chaotic things going on. There's look over here, look over there. It's kind of squirrel energy, fish brain energy. And it has limited your ability to be fully aware and present. And so things are missing your recognition. And there's something that needs to be recognized by you to move forward with your financial situation. Okay. That's where we're at. So why is card number 3 under financial stress at this moment in time as they watch this reading? Why are they under financial stress? There's been a major change with the Death card. 4 of Wands, Temperance. the home situation has slowed down, or something has transformed and transitioned out. Ten of Wands reversed. There was a burden that wasn't worth having within the home structure or within the workplace structure. Like literally, it could be the actual four walls of your workplace, of your office, at your house, wherever this is. This could even be like if you work in a particular city or like county or state or municipality of some sort, like something that used to provide a lot of energy towards work, like offered you a lot of work, is now gone. Like those opportunities are gone. So this could be like, work has dried up, clients have dried up, nobody's walking in the door anymore, things are really slow. Temperance is definitely like slow down energy. Things are ultimately very calm and peaceful, and that's not conducive to you for some reason financially. Like, nah, you need things to pick up and be exciting and have like peaks rather than being very moderate, slow moving. There's been a transition though, is what I want to say. Like it's transformed into something else. These opportunities didn't just evaporate, but they're not where they used to be. And so I think that you've missed where they went because you weren't open to seeing them go somewhere else, right? So it's like, okay, well now I can no longer make money catering to this clientele, but if I switch up my offering, then I can recapture them because now they're looking for this different thing. You see what I'm saying? How can card number 3 relieve their current financial stress? Two of Cups reversed, Two of Wands reversed. There's some plans that you made with somebody that needs to get the axe. If you already made a commitment to someone, it's time to back out of it. And Seven of Cups, because what the opportunities were there were misinterpreted, misaligned with reality. Things didn't come into fruition. There's better options out there. So if you've recently made a deal with someone, it just doesn't have the potential that you thought that it did. And if you're able to cancel the contract, back out of the deal, or whatever that might be, it can relieve a lot of financial stress right away. What do you need to learn about money? This is Nine of Pentacles reverse. It's always a give and take. You can't just live in a walled garden and expect money to drop over the fence line. Okay? You are in need of as much financial support as anyone else. And it's also about who you financially support, I want to say as well. Three of Pentacles. You've got to provide a value that people are actively seeking. The things that you value or that you have previously used to build up a sense of stability may no longer be in effect, may no longer be sought after. Why is this showing up as something you need to learn about money? Strength. And okay, to create steady income streams requires a lot of patience and discipline. Interesting. Wow, something to change. There's several things you need to change about handling money, if you choose to, for your own best interest, right? First, Ace of Cups reversed. When you get emotionally distraught, depressed, etc., this should be on the bottom or the top? I guess it's the bottom. Okay, so Nine of Wands. Yeah. You get defensive and closed off, or you put up boundaries. Five of Cups reversed. That protects your emotional attitudes, and it's part of the way that you Insulate yourself from disappointment. 10 of Pentacles reversed. What this has served to do is put you outside of generational wealth and building wealth. Put you outside of having like super stable finances. The moon reversed. And yeah, it's time to just act fearlessly and face your fears. It's time to face the fears. This is just an ingrained habit. You know, if it's like, I don't want to look at that. I'm just depressed. I'm stressed. I'm emotionally tapped out. It's too much. And so then it's like, la, la, la. And it's not even that. I don't necessarily feel you like escaping to something like super destructive or super immature. Could be a little bit with the strength coming up, but I don't really see that. It's more just like, when you're dealing with your money, you're only looking towards the things that make you feel good instead of having the courage to face the things that make you a little scared or nervous or apprehensive, the hurdles that you're facing. And that's what's separated you from really having pretty stable finances. And I do feel like that's why this is your card, the shadow side. There's an opportunity here to face fears and look at the things that you've been avoiding and how they still are very much causing a lot of your choices and actions to go the way that they go. But you've pushed them to your subconscious so that then when you look around and say, where is it to blame? See, it leads to impulses, Ace of Wands. You want to look around and say, who's to blame for this situation of this impulsive behavior, or even like anger issues. This could also be adrenaline junkie chasing new experiences and things. That's where that shadow side comes up. It's because there's a lot of fear around facing things that make you feel sad, unstable, emotionally lacking, emotionally worthless, even, I want to say. Okay. How to create a better relationship with money. How can we move forward here? The Devil, Sun reversed. There's been a toxic attachment to ignoring things until they get right up in your face with the Eight of Wands, the arrows into the camp. Now it's like, oh my God. And so there's this repeated pattern of like blinders, blinders, blinders. If you don't see things coming from a long ways away because you aren't willing to look in that direction, until all of a sudden arrows in the camp, boom, here it is. Four of Pentacles reverse. We're losing money like crazy. I have almost nothing left. There's no, it's almost like not being willing to look in the bank account or in the savings because you know that you probably don't have much money in there. And so you're just not willing to look, and you're just not willing to look. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, I'm already so deep in a hole when I could have changed what I was doing earlier on if I would have just been courageous, yes, or at least willing to look in that direction. Seven of Swords, you got to have a new strategy. Knight of Wands. There needs to be an enthusiasm about taking control and taking action and rewarding yourself for that. Saying, yes, I made an action towards handling the situation. I was willing to look, okay, I took a like active role in approaching this problem with my money to actually go and do something about it. And then rewarding yourself for that. And it doesn't, like, not even financially, just be like, okay, you took an active role. I looked for a new job today. I went out and I interviewed, or I canceled this thing that I've been paying for that I don't really care about. Or I finally put that thing up on Facebook Marketplace that I've been wanting to sell for a while now. Like, even if you don't actually have the cash in hand for any of those situations, still reward yourself and say, man, I'm proud of myself for taking care of something that really made me feel like I was in lack, or that I wasn't really that fun to think about. It was like, damn, I'm poor. I don't like thinking that I'm poor, thinking about my money. Yeah, not all about emotional fulfillment, but you can give it to yourself, and then there's your replacement. That's how you break that toxic cycle. Saying, good job, self, pat on the back. I took care of my business today. Something in your life that is already abundant that you can rely upon for good vibes, or maybe just like what do you already have an abundance of in your life that you need to be aware of? Even too much. Yeah, Queen of Swords, Three of Swords reversed. You're smart enough to figure this out. You're quick to change your mind if you need to adapt to new facts coming in. Good researcher, witty, good communicator. Three of Swords reversed. You have a focus on healing divisions and healing problems, solving painful issues. I want to also say you're not afraid of change, and you can actually be quite logical about it. Page of Cups. Again, it's important that you understand that one of these habits that's kind of led you to where you are today financially is that emotional emotional fulfillment, the drive to have good feel good, happy emotions, and how that can sometimes take over what is actually the more prudent long-term choice. Strength. What's an option for a new income stream for pile 3? An option available to them right now for a new income stream. Knight of Swords reversed. Ten of Wands reversed. There might be some people who need help relieving themselves of some things that are burdensome that aren't worth having for them. So I almost feel like this would be like reselling. Like if there's something in particular that you have a lot of knowledge about. Ooh, Magician reversed. If there's people who are like disabled, or they don't have the time to put in the effort to help someone or to move something. So this could be like, yeah, reselling, this could be like buying homes and then flipping them because the people that own them don't want to put in the effort to flip them. This could also be like buying lawnmowers that are busted and fixing them because you know how to work on them. Yeah, this is like, it could also just be like walking someone's dog for them. Like if people don't have the time or the energy or the effort, there's opportunities there for you to do the work for them. Ooh, Judgment. It could have something to do with like a calling as well. Like if there's something that you're really passionate about, there is a way to parlay that into an adjacent income stream. And it does kind of feel like partial income stream, not like going to completely take over whatever it is you do for your main hustle. It's more like a side hustle, but yeah. If it's something that you're passionate about and it's like an adjacent knowledge base that you learned about in order to facilitate this passion, that's something that you could do to help others as well. So like, let's say that you're really into PC gaming, and in order to be able to do that, you learned a lot about how to change out like video cards or something to do with fucking PCs, okay? There's some people that would like to also do that with their computers, and you can put yourself up for like, hey, I'll work on your PC. I'll get it working good. I'll get this fucking thing installed for you. I'll take care of this thing for you. Yeah, that's the kind of shit that I'm talking about. Okay. What's a word of warning for card 3 here? Five of Wands reversed. A feeling of non-competitive, not wanting to compete with others, not wanting to argue with others. Four of Swords has actually made you quite restless and worried. I don't think you need to worry about competition. Of course, it still exists, Three of Cups, but there's also a lot of supporters out there and good vibes, okay? So, like, you can even go to a group of friends and be like, hey, you have any, like, tips for me, or you have any resources? Is there, you got any leads? But I think a lot of your restlessness and busyness comes actually as a result of your desire to not compete with anyone. And you've got to put yourself out there, and that would actually calm your nerves to some degree, or at least allow you to rest, give you more free time. What's the word of solace for card 3? Yeah, you've got supporters, 3 cups, Page of Wands. You just need to put the word out and reach out to people. Yeah, 3 of Wands. You just need to reach out to people. Put the word out. Hey, I know I haven't talked to you in a while. I'm not trying to sell you an MLM. I just want to know if you know anyone that's looking for a PC repair. Right? And it doesn't have to come from a place of like, I don't have enough. I need a lot of money. My money's unstable. Hierophant reversed. Yeah, I think if you were thinking that you had to go through like a whole bunch of fucking steps to like make your financial situation an improvement, that you had to like go to school and then like get this degree and get this certificate and apply, like, no, you can skip all those fucking steps. That's the word of solace. You can skip all those fucking steps. That's that's all I want to hear if I'm you, really. Okay. Let's get a clarifying life situations card for pile 3 for their situation. Card number 3, collective. Be here now. Practice mindfulness to be present in the moment and gain insight. As I put this right over this Empress, right? Like, be aware of what the fuck is going on in your life. Do not willfully ignore your situation. So there's more clarification for that. It's kind of the crux of what's going on here. Open doors. You have many options, so take time to choose what's right. Don't feel like you're backed into a corner just because, you know, things look scary and you feel like there's a lot of competition out there. Like, there is, but you can compete. You're a Queen of Swords, man or woman or whatever. Like, doesn't matter. Okay. Your angels, guides, and loved ones have something to let you know about, something to tell you, advice or suggestion. What is it? Do something kind for someone without any expectation. Never forget how resilient you are. You always bounce back. I think with doing something kind, I would say without any expectation would be like not expecting to beyond what's agreed upon. Look for ways that you can help the situation, someone's situation, where everyone benefits and that the money exchange is sort of secondary to it. Take it for how it resonates, okay? But anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully you like that. If it was helpful to you, please like and subscribe. I also have rising sign readings and sun sign love and relationship readings on my channel available right now. I'm also working on more stuff coming soon. Any support is so, so appreciative. Thank you so much for watching, and take good care of yourself. Good luck to you until I see you next time. Bye.